Quartermaster, right here. Now that trouble in Canabras is in the past, it's time to visit the camp. Or part of the camp. Oh, the Howard's camp. Yeah, okay. Banner over the Citadel. Between the two cities, there are miles of land. Make it chosen. Talk to Inquisitor Leota. Oh, I completely forgot about you. My apologies. And so is Yul. Okay. Well, let me just... Wait, who's the mysterious elf? Oh, I missed opportunity, yo. Missed opportunity. What was that? Damn it, you again, soldier. I missed that chance. Hold up. So you're talking to the girl hiding her face. Who was she and what did she want? I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself, but I bet she's not part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. Wilson frowns gloomily, his cordiality gone in an instant. She was looking for some elf volunteer, wanted to know which tent he was sleeping in. At first I thought she was a messenger from Mendev. She definitely wasn't one of us. But now I see how it all looks mighty shifty. The quartermaster eyes you with concern. She was some sort of spy then. Okay. I don't know what to do with that. Like, at all. I mean, this is going to give me like 2 cents. Barely going to do anything. But money is money. Where the... Right there. I think that was kind of it. There's more garbage down here, but at least it's light garbage, right? Cannot accidentally sell that. Oh, we can go find Erebeth now. And speak about that. There's not really that much to sell. Midnight Moral. I mean, I still need recipes. I haven't gained any recipes in a while. Exquisite pearls that weren't really worth much. Okay, so deal. Our Erebeth is going to be in her tent.
I'm gone.
Nope. Erebeth. Commander, allow me to say something. Erebeth looks even more serious than usual. Before you, this wasn't a war. It was agony, drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some it was a relief. At least the end had come. Do you mean at last the end had come? They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, but I somehow got through on stubbornness and the vague hope that if nobody found Anevia's body, she might by some miracle have survived. And that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I'd nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that. The Queen believes in your powers too. But for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anavia alive, standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been hoping for, waiting for. You're the one who will finally put an end to this terrible war, and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what the others could not. I found a scabbard with your family name on it, the Grey Garrison. The scabbard held the solemn hour, my family's sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I went home. Took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. Anevia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I hope he would have given up. I'm sure he would have given up everything. Okay, so there's nothing else beyond that? I hoped to redeem Solemn Hour eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I have to part with my father's sword forever. Oh. Do you think we'll find it again? I can see that you truly love her. A delicate blush appears on Erebeth's cheeks. She nods silently. Erebeth lovingly traces a name imprinted in silver on the scabbard's leather. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or a coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the solemn hour again, but at least I have its scabbard back. Thank you. So it turns out the Queen has had a head of counterintelligence watching me. I wonder why. You think the Queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor until you've gained enough experience as a commander. As for counterintelligence, Anevia and I were tasked with keeping an eye on your inner circle. But you're not under any suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. We need reinforcements. Can you get me? How does this work? Huh? But I need that money for myself. When we began the march on Dresden, we chose speed over numbers. If I order more volunteers to be recruited, they simply won't arrive in time. We could pay mages to deliver the troops to the camp, which I doubt our army's coffers could afford it. If you can spare 7,500 gold coins, phew, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Is it? I don't know. Oh wait, I don't need to speak to Nura. Do I want to speak to Nora? Knight Commander, how can I help? There's so much I can do. Just ask. Nora looks at you with eyes filled with enthusiasm. She's holding a notebook and a traveller's inkwell. You've probably heard about the wound I have, the one that sometimes opens in my chest. Can you perhaps tell me if it is some kind of demonic curse? Yes, indeed, I've been told of your affliction. Nora appears at the centre of your chest. Can you will the wound to open? No? That's a shame. Well, what can you tell me about it? Well, it's difficult to say. I know of blades that leave never healing cuts, of poisons that stop wounds from healing. I've heard of witches' curses that rewarded with eternal wounds, but wounds that seem to reopen and heal over and over? Perhaps you know of other cases like this? Let's think. In 4671, a Mandavian army corporal had all his bones and cartilage turned to glass. In 4700, a scribe in Canabres had all her skin simply come away like she'd been boiled. And in 4638, oh! You don't happen to have any insects crawling over you? Locusts? No? Rats, perhaps? Too bad. Nora looks at you with genuine regret. Ha! Keep your regret to yourself, lady. Do you think it's dangerous? It most likely is dangerous, but you are under the protection of Iamade, Commander. She granted you mythic power, as they say. Surely the Inheritor would not leave you to face this alone. Have you perhaps noticed that the wound opens at moments when you waver in your faith? Perhaps it is triggered by doubt? Frowning, Nora looks at you with sincere concern. Thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you anything useful. I'll be sure to study this matter and consult a few of my encyclopedias. I'm not really interested in all of this. I was a slave of Lord Axela Tresbo, and Iska, my homeland. Iska! That's where we are in Age of Ashes. Oh, what a man he was. He towered over his fellows like a rock over a garbage heap. A true hero. He brought me as a simple secretary, but it made me learn the history of the Worldwound. All of it, one volume after another. He had tutors for me, even sent me to meet prominent historians. He didn't want a simple slave, but a slave with an impeccable education. Doesn't sound very slave-like to me. He's going on the crusade, took you along, good for you, and he died. Good for him. And you sold his biography. You're a writer too. Will you write a book about my crusade? Huh, why not? Didn't Lindsay do the same thing? Didn't she write a book? As soon as we finish off the demons, I'll get right to it. Just take care that you don't end up like Lord Tresbowl. Okay. Bye. Cool. Wasn't really here for a chat. Ooh, yoink. I don't want that. You can keep that. Hey, so where's Leater? If Leater wants me to speak with him, he's going to have to make his presence known. There he is. He's over by that tent. This way.
We do it my way.
Oh, I missed this one. Has more appeared? Or am I just blind? I swear I got every bit of loot on the map before. Poor Dayron. I'm so sorry, Dayron. There you are. People say that you're deliberately trying Queen Galfrey's patience. Is that true? Does it even matter? All of Mandavian high society has declared war on me. They either despise me or they're trying to steer me back onto the right path. And I'm doing everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish the prospect of all the fun this mess in Canabras will bring. He grins here from here. I shall either commission a song about the great Canabras fiasco from a certain talented bard, or confuse the jewellers with a rather tall order. A batch of silver dragon toys with detachable heads. Give me a week, and they'll be in every shop in the capital. The heroic dragon who died for our future... Nope. You should make sure it's really easy to rip off the wings of your dragon trinket as well. Kids are going to love it. So be it. From now on, you are my muse. I'm so glad I picked chaotic. I like to talk about your life in Mendev and the Crusade. Not really. So how do you like your new role advisor? He winces. You also enjoy poking me with that stick, don't you? Imagine it, me, a crusader. If my dearest cousin hoped to teach me a lesson, she managed it perfectly. An assignment I couldn't avoid without losing face, this idiotic journey leading straight into the demon's maws. I could have been on a pleasure boat right now, the loveliest songstress in Patax on my arm, and a bottle of the finest Kiernan wine to help keep us company. Incidentally, I blame you for all this. He lets out a sigh. Well, actually, I think Cousin Gallifrey is to blame for everything that's happened to me. And I suppose some of my misdeeds could be considered my own fault, but I can hardly be expected to take responsibility, can I? Certainly not. Therefore, I shall lay all the blame at your door and plot my revenge. He gives you an innocent smile. Ah, he's so cute. Did you also receive a fraction of that unusual power? Looks like it. I genuinely hoped that getting away from you would be the end of it. If your gift truly did come from my armor day, then giving me a smidgen of that power was a very subtle joke on her part. That's right, because he's atheist. I had no idea that our divine lightbringer of Mendev even had a sense of humour. Don't get me started on my many acts of sacrilege against her. That obscene engraving, the truth about the test of a starstone, is the tamest one by far. You are fun. I'm so glad you're here. Now, Soziel.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you.
Oh.
Thank you for taking the time
Still
to
haven't found
talk
Leota,
to me.
though. A young cleric stands before an easel, his brush, "You're really doing this in war?" hovering over the canvas without touching it. Instead of painting, the young man absent-mindedly gazes at the sky of Canabras, which is still streaked with tearing plumes of black smoke. Finally, he notices you and smiles, shaking off his stupor.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Who are you and how could you possibly have use to my army? My army? I suppose it is my army.
My name is Soziel Vanek. I am a cleric of Shaylin, the Eternal Rose and the Goddess of Beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy.
I do follow your line of reasoning.
I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We
Optimistic.
just have to. It is our destiny.
Mine, maybe, not yours.
My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, symbol of Shellan. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple. Men and women, young and old. They all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes. Why is he looking mournfully? Is it no longer there?
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help, and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them.
Oh no.
Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on her way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Canabras, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple.
That's horrible. At least you survived.
I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I will never forget that I owe them my life. Every minute of it, every breath that I take, is a gift they gave me.
You know, this game is actually proving to me that I am more chaotic good than a lot of people think I am.
Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
What made an artist enlist in the army?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time.
Defaces campuses.
My goddess is a patron of art,
Oh gosh.
so painting is part of my prayer.
Ah.
And I put all my heart into my pieces.
I see.
But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others.
Well, Soziel, if you had appeared earlier, you would have stolen my heart because I would have traded my heart for a cleric. But now I have Daywritten and I don't need you. I still want a two-handed on my frontliner. But nope, I don't need you.
I went to war because here's where I'm most needed.
Unless you have haste
Sure, I
on
could
you.
be painting
In
idyllic
which case I would take
landscapes
you.
and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
Most don't. You want to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabras behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort.
So I need you in the party when I go to this place. I need Nenio to be in the party when I go to the ruins she wants to go to. I'm going to have to make so many trips back to home base to change my party.
I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand.
As long as it's not timed, we'll be fine.
But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful. You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war
Can't you just
has
say
been
you'll meet
raging
me
for
there?
100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
Yep. I mean, I would, but where is he? I don't know where he is. I don't think he's a character that has a face. So I don't know what building he's gone into. Is there an extra tent that's magically appeared? No, okay. Well, we're next to this tent. Let's go into the chapel, see if he's there. Negative. Although more loot has indeed appeared. Random. Ooh, a glowing croissant. We'll take. No, we're exiting. Maybe I'm just going to have to look at every single person and see if he's there. None there. Let's go into the field medic tent. Hi. I remember you all, but at the same time I don't. Do you have anything more to say? Graduate your new rank. Okay, whatever. Why are you all in the field medic tent? Sealer, recruit. Where is this man? Where on earth have you gone? China, Slut, Crusaders. I don't want to exit the area.
Follow if you dare.
Anything down here? Nope.
I'm off.
Perception check failed. Sucks. Ember is still there. Tirabay's ruin. Let's go into the Tirabay tent. Maybe he's inside chatting to nobody because Inevia was in my tent. I don't want to have to go back to the quartermaster. Leota, if you do not make your presence known, I don't know where to find you. I thought he might be in like a corner of this place, but no. Okay, he's got to be somewhere in this middle section. Oh, there's a blacksmith. There is a blacksmith here. Ooh, look at all that cold iron. You can get cold iron crossbows. And I just spent all that money getting that for you. Iron, cold iron, masterwork, heavy crossbow. It does. You lose the +1. But it's cold iron, which is amazing. I'm more inclined to take that than I am not. Is there +1 cold irons? No. No, but I am honestly more likely to take that. Because that will get rid of damage resistance for demons. Right? Oh yeah, he's in the party. You're using the oracle-y thing. You're using that. And you're just using an entrapping longbow. But I can't get bows with gold iron. No. Okay.
I do what I must.
I've been everywhere. I cannot find this damn man. That's the retrain dude. I don't know how to visit you when I don't know where you are. In the camp. In the camp where? I'm going to look this up. Apparently he's outside the main tent. I didn't see him. He's not over there. I'm assuming this is defined as the main tent. Oh, there he is. So I cut across. I didn't go in this corner. Oh my god, it's been so difficult trying to find you. You're not going to speak to me? Jesus. Oh, there's talking. Commander, a tall man with piercing yellow-green eyes gives you a brief nod. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title, and thank you for your time in advance. I am Leota Hawkblade, an inquisitor from the Church of Iomade, the bringer of light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young Count Daron Arenday. Okay. What brings you here? I ask you to assist the Church of Iomade in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that Leader of the Crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I'm calling upon you. Inquisitor's open face instantly reveals his feelings. He frowns and looks through you, lost in his thoughts for a moment. I suppose that you have already heard about Count Arenday's story. I refer to the tragedy at the Heaven's Edge estate. Yes. You're going to investigate the old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendev before the Worldwound, and on the day that it turned into a labyrinthine house of horrors. It's like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Canabras for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead, with their heads cut off, when we got to the estate. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate, who were said to be immune to any disease? If the demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defense, why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? I get that, yes, all of that is anomalous, but I'm really not quite sure what the truth is. How it all happened. You are the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He is unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside, and in any case, he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, he'll be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and myriad loopholes in the human lives that the forces of evil can use to their advantage. I am not sure which one of these led the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid. The kind Crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I'm asking for your help. We cannot be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. You've already been to the estate several times. What do you expect to find now? I was a young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then, and I've paid dearly for that. Leota makes a vague gesture, pointing at his scars. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Almost all of them require me to be physically present in the place where the event in question happened. That is why I must return to Heaven's Edge. Why can't you just search your... Well, he pretty much already said that. Did you question Daron himself? I did, but the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to severe shock. He saw the demons at the very beginning when they appeared at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and mock their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother, Countess Selena. That was all he could tell me. Later pauses. We had found the young count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half the family wine cellar all by himself. There is no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. So you suspect Darren is hiding something? That he is to blame for the tragedy? I deliberately refuse to entertain any theories or suspicions so that it doesn't affect the investigation. There is a saying among my colleagues that suspicion is the mother of prejudice, and prejudice is married to failure. I can only tell you that Count Arundel wasn't suffering from demonic possession, the most common malaise in our country at the time. Prelate Horan himself examined the boy right after the tragedy, and he didn't sense anything awry in him. Yeah, well, Horan's an idiot, so... Fine, I'll help. He bows his head to you with exceptional reverence. Thank you, Commander. Now I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him that you wish to see... at Heaven's Edge. That's another grammatical error. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I will join your escort when it's time to travel to the estate. When we get there, I will also require your help during the investigation. You'll have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. Okay, cool. Guess we'll go chat to Darren then. Darren. I'd love to visit Heaven's Edge and see the Arundel estate someday. Oh, I was just about to mention it myself. I've been thinking, now that I'm in the middle of this whole crusade nonsense, I simply must devise new ways to have fun. With all the recent commotion, my birthday completely slipped my mind. What if we was to celebrate it at Heaven's Edge? It's not far from here, and you'll get to enjoy a banquet in a bona fide haunted house. How are you getting a banquet there? Darren seems to have trouble getting the words out, which clearly indicates how rarely he has to ask for anything. Since you're my superior and I'm your advisor, I'm obliged to ask your permission to leave for the festivities. And I want to invite you, too. I'm sure the commander can free up an afternoon while the soldiers are on leave. Are you really going to throw a banquet at the very place where your whole family died? Oof. Alright, deal. Perfect. You'll have a ball, I'm sure of it. Something strange flickers in Darren's smile. Heaven's Edge has been revealed. Alrighty. Can I still not camp? I can camp! I guess I had to pass a milestone to be able to do this. Begin resting. Everybody gets their spells back. Come now, Seela. Don't be such a sourpuss. I'm trying to honestly be a good comrade. I would dearly like to chat with you. You're a strange girl, Cammy. Always so pleasant, like a chirping bird. But strange nonetheless. Cammy. I guess what are you going to call her? Cammy? Don't know. Okay. Everyone's got their spells back. What weapon? Oh, I was going to look at what the cleric has on him, but okay. The commander becomes host to an anomalous force, and her dreams are filled with strange visions. She feels the space around her distort, and her sensory organs are flooded by false images, bred by distortions of light and air. Reality itself tries to expel the commander into some dark tunnel. At the other end, a grim figure awaits. Her body resists this crude attempt to wrench it from reality, but the unknown force finds a tangle on the commander's soul, one made of demonic rage and destructive desire. The stranger grabs at it and pulls, like a hunter reeling in a harpoon. Troubled by their sudden intrusion, the dark and ominous force deep in the commander's soul answers with a menacing growl. The commander stares intently at the ghostly figure. It tries to understand what's going on. Am I good at any of these? +3 with a perception 25 check. No. Yeah, far more likely to do Arcana. Tries to understand what's going on. However, the commander has never encountered anything like this before. She stares intently at the ghost figure. I'm really not surprised. Responds eagerly to the call, as she always does to the whisper of the dark tiefling heritage that flows in her veins. Oh, is that what it's supposed to be? Uses every effort to suppress the tangle of rage in her soul, which the mysterious power has latched onto. Fights this force, just as she always fights the dark legacy of her tiefling blood. Oh my. I don't really know what this dark legacy of tiefling blood is supposed to insinuate, whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. I embrace my tiefling heritage. Go team. For a moment, the commander feels delightfully whole, as if the infernal legacy of the fiends running through her veins has finally awakened and gained its full power. The door that leads to the dark and furious part of her soul swings open, and waking, the darkness spreads its wings. With a triumphant and savage howl, it breaks free, and fills the commander's thoughts and senses. Its rage, like a burning spear, streaks along the dark tunnel to the one who dared trouble the commander. A heart-rending scream filled with pain and animal fear strikes your ears. The moment passes, and the attraction fades. The enemy has withdrawn back to the shadows. The apparition recedes, leaving the commander wondering whether it was reality or a nightmare. So somebody out there was just damaged by my tiefling heritage, I guess. That's odd. I don't know what to make of that at all. Anyway, says Yal. What do you do? Of course, you have a two-handed weapon. Wow. So glad you finally joined the party. Too bad. I've got Darren. I don't need you. Why have you come so late? You're too late. It's a D10. I want a D10. What have you got? And here's prayer. Oh, he doesn't cure wounds though. This dude is useless. He's not even a healer. He's literally not even a healer. Nah, definitely don't want you on my party, buddy. By the way, how are we going with my character? What does this mean? But I'm definitely chaotic good. Very good, apparently. Although my chaoticism seem to be heading more towards neutral good. I guess I have to be slightly more chaotic to remain here. I think I have to be slightly more chaotic. This must be where I started. I'm kind of veering in a strange arc. Okay, note to self. Chaotic. I can do chaos. Hey, do you have a mythic path? No, because you weren't present. Interesting. That's unfortunate for you, buddy. Is there a way to make this bar wider? No.